That's a bit unfair.
It is, and I'm sure you have some personal stories about that.
Hey guys, what is up? I'm Max.
I'm Wenji, and welcome back to Reacticorns. Today we're looking at school punishments that went too far.
Oh no. Have you ever been punished too harshly at school?
I was a good student. I don't think I even got detention.
Oh really?
No.
Even I got detention.
Oh, what for?
For helping someone else pass on a message to another person. I wasn't even the person that was passing the message or the receiver of the message. I was just like the person in the middle, passing along like a message like a train. I got in trouble.
Oh no, the innocent bystander.
Alright, so let's get into it.
Awesome. So the first one is a pre-kindergarten teacher from Houston, Texas teamed up with her teacher's assistant and created a punishment for misbehaving students called the Monster Closet.
Ooh, Monster Closet.
Is there a monster?
Sounds fun. Could be like a theme park ride.
Like a theme park ride. The teachers punished kids by putting them in the janitor's closet, forcing it shut, and not allowing the children to get out.
Ooh.
They also told whoever was in the closet at the time that monsters would eat them. Needless to say, both the teacher and the teacher's assistants were later fired for the heinous punishment.
Wow, that is a bit much. To have like an actual physical closet that you lock kids in.
I know that sounds like equivalent to like physically hitting kids.
You're not hitting them, but it's pretty bad.
Well,
it's like a jail, but a dark jail.
Yeah, I think even if you weren't scared of monsters, you'd feel a bit claustrophobic. Like I feel claustrophobic. I can't imagine being in a closet.
Yeah, just being locked in a dark closet.
Yeah.
And not like the janitor's closet, which is, you know, a different kind of. When 9-year-old autistic child Christopher Baker was misbehaving at school, he was forced into a duffel bag.
What?
With the zipper and string tied shut. When his mother came to pick him up from school that day, she heard his voice coming from the bag while a teacher's aide stood and watched. Later, Christopher's mother filed a complaint to the district and an investigation was completed.
Filed a complaint? I would have smacked that teacher down for putting my kid in a duffel bag.
Imagine like you come and you're like, hey, where's my kid? She heard some like muffled That's crazy.
That's like abuse. Like
That's definitely
I would
abuse.
put that under abuse. Like I tried to put Mia in my backpack today.
Abuse.
But like she didn't want to go in, so I didn't force her. I let her run free. You know.
Call Peter now.
I tried to put her feet in and she wasn't with it, so I let her go. I didn't force her to double bag. I didn't zip it up. And that was a cat.
You can suffocate in a bag.
You could, definitely.
The other thing is, like, he's not misbehaving because he's like autistic. He's got a mental health problem that needs to be dealt with and not just like forced into, you know, oh, you have to behave like this and now you get into a bag.
Well, I hope that teacher doesn't have their own kids because I'm scared about what she'd do.
I hope they got fired.
That's a very incomplete ending. I need something like teacher was fired or, you know, something. Give me something. When a principal caught two students fighting outside, they were forced to sit in the middle of the schoolyard holding hands. The boys were teased and mocked by other students. Later, parents of the students at the school complained and said that what the principal did encouraged bullying and was very inappropriate.
This is a strange punishment.
Yeah, holding hands.
Make two guys hold hands in the middle of the schoolyard as punishment.
For fighting. So like showing love or, you know.
Holding hands is very intimate. I feel like holding hands is more intimate than like getting them to hug it out. Oh yeah, so the weird thing is that in return, they were like then teased and mocked by everyone else in the school.
Correct.
So it's like punishing someone for like fighting and stuff by teasing them. It's like, you know, which is the bigger crime?
I'm not sure the teacher expected them to get teased. I guess.
What else was gonna happen? You know, like two guys holding hands in the middle of school.
I guess so.
And these are kids, right? Of course they're gonna get teased.
That's true. I think just like a hug and a pat on the back.
Yeah, or just like a simple, I'm sorry. You're sorry, I'm sorry, we're both sorry, alright, move on.
Yeah, exactly.
The mother of a 6-year-old boy noticed that he was badly bruised on his bottom one day when he returned home. After looking into it, she found that his teacher paddled him whenever he was misbehaving in class, and that each paddling session increased in strength and time.
Aren't like these kind of physical punishments banned from schools these days?
I think it depends on like where the school is. I feel like in some places, the more country you go, like the more away from the city, the more like old school the practices are.
Maybe.
I never even got paddled by my parents. So this seems very backward to me.
Well, I was an Asian child in an Asian family.
Did your parents get the paddle out? Or was it a paddle or like a rice
It was a very
spoon?
big stick that I got hit with. I don't know. Asian kids, do you identify with me? We all got it like, you know, hit by like a big
I feel like I got lucky on that one.
You didn't have a very Asian upbringing then. I feel like every Asian kid must have gone through
Look, man, maybe I was just a really good kid. Never deserved to be paddled.
I'll paddle you.
Hey, unicorn abuse.
When a student spilled a water jug in the middle of the school cafeteria, Vice Principal Teresa Brown forced 15 6th grade students to eat their lunch off the floor for 10 days.
Whoa, 10 days.
Some of the students who had been forced to eat off the floor had not even been responsible for spilling the jug. 7 parents sued the school and were awarded a $500,000 settlement.
Wow, that last sentence sounded like a bit of a tough.
I know, I was like,
seven parents sued the school. Sally sells, she sells, by the school sued.
At least it wasn't like 700,000 like after that.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Firstly, like, it's just a glass of water. Just chill out, teacher. You just get a little mop or you're like a tissue paper.
Yeah, you get them to clean it up.
Yeah.
That's taking responsibility.
But no, that's not enough. Can't just clean up the mess. Gotta eat your food off the floor. Not for 1 day, not for 2 days.
For 10
For
days.
10 days.
Like, what do? You have a sandwich, you put it on the floor, and then you pick it up again and you eat it.
Imagine if you brought like soup.
Oh,
How do you eat the soup off the floor?
You have to tip it onto the floor and then
you gotta,
slowly
like,
try and
slap it up.
spoon. I try and think of a loophole and just put like the bowl on the floor. It's like it's on the floor.
I wouldn't even do it. She forced 15 other students, not the one that like spilled the bottle or jar. 14 others who had nothing to do with
True,
it.
they were probably just onlookers.
Yeah.
They watched the water getting spilled, so therefore they somehow were part of it.
Should have used their Jedi powers to, you know, not let the water spill.
That's right.
This one is way too much.
It is a lot.
2009, a 7-year-old was called up in front of her class for continuously playing with her hair.
Oh no.
I feel like that's something you would do. The teacher was so upset that she cut off one of the girl's braids in front of the whole class. The little girl's mother confronted the teacher and the child was switched to another class. The teacher was later suspended without pay.
That's traumatizing for any kid.
Yeah.
To have your hair cut.
Imagine I came up and cut your hair in front of the class.
I'd be so sad.
I know, you probably never want to go to school again.
No.
You'd be so traumatized.
I would.
At least she was suspended without pay. I feel like she should have been fired.
Yeah.
Without pay.
Well, you wouldn't be paid if you were fired.
She should have had her own hair shaved off and then fired. How about that?
Punishments for punishments that went too far. That'll be the next video.
I would be so good at coming up with punishments for people that deserve to be punished. Max, the Blue Unicorn Punisher. That's my new name.
A 5-year-old boy was forced to leave school early and was even brought home by the police for not wearing black shoes.
That's odd.
Apparently, the boy's family could not afford to buy him black shoes, so they colored his red shoes black. The ink began to come off and he was forced to go home.
What?
That's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, we had to wear black shoes at our school. Yeah, it's one thing just to wear a different color of shoes because you feel like it. To not even be able to afford the shoes and just color them in with, you know, Sharpie and then being sent home for it, that's a bit unfair.
It is, and I'm sure you have some personal stories about that.
When I was very young, in my primary school when I was in year 2 or 3, we couldn't afford to buy the school uniform. My parents came from China to Australia. They had like no money. I was going to school with a school uniform. So they actually bought like a plain t-shirt and the school emblem that was on it, they used whiteout to like copy the emblem exactly, which is actually like really good, by the way. It looked pretty legit. And then that's what I went to school with.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, this Blue Unicorn story is touching.
I didn't get sent home, luckily, because, you know, a bit of my whiteout like flaked off, which it did. Luckily, I still went to school, got my education, and now look at me. I'm a unicorn. I've come far. A 13-year-old student was strip searched at her school in 2013 when another student accused her of carrying prescription strength ibuprofen, which is just like a standard painkiller. After her backpack was searched, she was then told to go to the nurse's office where she was strip searched, forced to remove her bra and even had her underwear checked.
Wow.
This is like...
Sounds like LAX.
Do you have a similar experience?
No, I'm just saying border security is known to be quite strict.
But it's for like carrying Panadol almost.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have paracetamol.
It's a painkiller.
It's like a basic medication like people take when they're a bit sick or feeling unwell.
Yeah, when you have, you know, headaches or anything like that.
You don't strip search someone for that. It's not even illegal.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's definitely not illegal to carry.
It sounds like she was at least searched by a female.
Nothing makes it okay. It's like, oh, miss, this person's carrying a Sharpie. Better go strip search them.
When Summer Larson's 4th grade students failed one of their reading goals, she gave them 2 punishments to choose from. One of the punishments was not being able to attend recess. Some students chose the latter option and had their faces colored in with markers by other students. What? That is so random.
That's pretty random. I don't know.
Incredibly random. Out of all punishments. Oh, please let your face be colored in by other students.
You have a lot of explaining to do when you went home and your parents are like, what?
But I'm sure like permanent marker is not that easy to like get off. I'd be horrified.
I would have enjoyed being one of the students that got to draw.
I'd rather not go to recess than go to recess with my face drawn. And if I let this guy draw my face, I wouldn't want to know what
having a little drawing on your face.
I wouldn't want to know what would end up on my face.
In 2012, 11th grade honor student Diana Trad was working 2 jobs while trying to maintain her school schedule. When she missed 11 days of school in 6 months, she was jailed.
What?
Jailed for 24 hours and also charged with a misdemeanor.
Did she even be jailed?
Texas! Anyway, Texas state law only allows a student to have 10 unexplained absences within that kind of time period. And because she had missed 11 days, she technically broken the law. The charges were later dropped by a judge. Thank goodness.
Because it's ridiculous.
Thank goodness that judge had some common sense.
Can minors be put in jail? I thought like you couldn't put minors in jail. It's only like disciplinary action.
Well, 11th grade, I don't know what that is, but in my 11th grade, I was like,
You're like 16. Like, you can't be put in jail at 16.
No, I guess so. It's not like she was skipping school to like, you know, smoke or do drugs or whatever, like commit crime. She was maintaining 2 jobs, probably to like support her family or whatever. Not like she was doing anything bad.
And like 11 days in 6 months is not that much. You break it down per month. That's like 2 days per month. Maximum.
Anyway guys, that is it for today. Those were some school punishments that were really, really harsh and went too far. Did you guys agree with those being like fair punishments, or do you think they were a bit harsh?
I think they were all a bit overboard, almost unbelievable that people can actually do that, but it's crazy. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow for another episode.
And we'll see you guys then.
Bye guys, love you.